Hello friends, welcome back for another Monday. Tiff here, and I have a lot of ripped up cardboard. Now you will notice that this cardboard has already been painted. I have been working through the 100-day project and I'm a little behind, but it's all good. I'm going to make it up. I'm going to get to the last 100. I think I'm on day like 80 something. Yeah. 81 or something like that. So what I have found in this experiment with cardboard is recently I had something happen that gave me the most delicious texture when it comes to a peeled paint. Like, it reminded me of like an old paint chipped door or wall or something of that nature. So I really, sometimes you're like, did that happen? Like, what exactly caused this? What was the cause and effect of having this technique peel up like paint? And so I'm going to try to recreate it on this video because everybody was asking me how did I achieve it. And so I thought, well, I'm not really sure. So let me try and do it in this video. And so what I'm going to do is, you saw I've already created some very good texture with my beloved masking tape. And so I'm sticking it down on the cardboard with matte medium. And, well, no, the masking tape went on without matte medium. This tissue paper, this Tim Holtz tissue paper stuff, I'm going to put it on with matte medium. And I'm just sticking it down. Like, really, that's all I'm doing here. And again, these were previously painted pieces of cardboard that I started off with the project, and they're still hanging around. Green is not my favorite color, so it's not really surprising to me that I had green left, and then I still had a lot of neon hot pink because I did quite a few pieces of cardboard there. So I'm just going to dry it really well, and then I decided to go back with a little more masking tape, and this masking tape is nothing special. It's just a little bit wider than just the regular masking tape. So on one I put the tissue paper, on the other one I'm not putting anything down, just some acrylic paints that I'm going in with some beautiful spring colors, and I had to add a little bit of that peachy pink with all of the greens and the teals and the yellows, and it just really puts me in a spring mood. But y'all know I gotta grunge this stuff up, right? So I'm gonna go in here with this mechanical pencil and just do some messy scribbles and marks through that wet paint, and then a little bit of it was dry too, where that green is, and so it just kind of made some lines inside of that paint. And I'm telling you that part because you are going to be able to see this. Now I'm going to dry this a little bit. I'm not going to dry this like dry this. I'm just going to put a little heat to it and dry it just a little bit. I did not know if that was part of the formula for success or not. Now I'm going to take, these are alcohol inks in black. And then I have a bottle of spray alcohol, and I'm going to spray that onto the area. Now the area here is a lot of that concentration with the masking tape, and even though it says it's black, it really ends up being like an eggplant purpley color once you dilute it with a little bit of that alcohol spray. And that is 91% isopropyl alcohol, just in case you were wondering. But you see how it pulls up. So here is Tiffany's theory, is that if you don't know, let me tell you that 91% alcohol, and it could work on like less than that, that's just what I usually have on hand, it will dissolve acrylic paints in your paintbrushes. Okay? So I tell you that to say that in my theory, okay, I believe that what it is doing is it's actually dissolving part of that acrylic top layer, and that is creating the texture that you see. Okay, now what I will tell you is I'm going to figure out a little bit more on that same theory. So let's just say that you don't have acrylic inks, okay, and you want to try this. I think you could get some texture by simply taking and spraying or dripping alcohol on your acrylic inks and pulling, and you'll see what I'm talking about by pulling it with the heat tool. Because that heating tool makes the plastic, which is what acrylic paint is, kind of melt a little bit. And so, yeah, it kind of like degrades that plastic because it starts breaking it down. And that's what makes that peeling paint effect. Okay? This is all theory. But now that I've done it 3 times, I'm pretty certain that I found a way that you can duplicate this. And then you see how when I'm doing it, I'm pressing that because I just heated it up with the heating tool. That's important here because the plastic has plastic, I'm saying like the acrylic, like you'll see it when you do your heating tool. You're gonna see that stuff, excuse me, heat up. You're gonna see it heat up good, and then when it starts heating up, you'll see that plastic kind of start to bubble a little bit, and then you can like take a piece of paper or something and just pull it back, and it's like giving it a little bit of like a resist. So on this one, I did not heat it at all. Okay, I did not heat set it at all. I just went in with the wet paint that you saw there. Then I went in with the quote-unquote black alcohol inks. And then I started spraying the hellfire out of it. Okay, and I'm just letting it move and groove. And you see how that masking tape starts picking it up. So I want you to pay attention to something else that is about to transpire here. When I sprayed that over there, I noticed that the pink, which was long dry, started pulling up because, again, it is breaking down that acrylic paint and pulling that paint up. So, voila, what do we have? We have this super cool effect that happens with the alcohol. So I really think overall with this experiment that you could do this without alcohol inks. Just having, you can see right there how it started pulling back a little bit. Just having a heat tool and some alcohol in a spray bottle and the acrylic inks. Like, I think if you had those, that ingredient will work for success in creating a peeled paint effect. Now, I am taking it all just because I wanted to scrape back and have a little bit of that amazing freaking neon pink there. And I also just like the light scratchy marks that it creates. And y'all, I'm like tickled with how these look. So you may be asking yourself, like so many people have, what are you going to do with all these 100 pieces? Okay. And so some of the pieces I have already sold. Some of them became journal covers already. But the rest of them, I'm keeping them all. And I'm going to put them on a wall installation of sorts. How? Not sure yet. Is it going to be badass? Yes, I feel like it's going to be badass to see 100 pieces or almost 100 pieces of all my cardboard projects. So I tell you that to say that I'm working on non-focal images at this point, just something to kind of fill it in because I've done a lot of faces, I've done a lot of different things, and I don't know how all of this is going to come together, like pull together, but I feel pretty certain that I want to have just some like abstracty pieces. So that is what these 2 pieces are going to be. So if this is your first time being here, I am so glad to have you. I hope that you have been inspired to create something fun and cool and a you can duplicate this peeled painty effect. And if you would, hit up the subscribe button and leave me a comment below. And until next time, y'all, toodaloo!